It's very hard for a business to consumer to make calls these days.
No. 98% of what we try in life is usually a no. You can continue doing your 3 engagements a day, but after a while, your return on that is going to keep growing without you having to do more on your side.
You have to own your results.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Elite Zone. If you have not seen the show or listened to the show on streaming platforms before, we are a real estate marketing podcast. We delve into, entrepreneurship and businesses and all of that stuff. So anybody that's trying to market a business, be better, push themselves, build a brand, this is going to be a good show for you. But it is our mission to help real estate agents become better agents, close more deals each year, market themselves better, build their knowledge, become more visible. That's the key word right now, isn't it, Shauna?
Visibility.
You can't do business if nobody sees you, right? Yeah. Just recently we released a really cool guide. It's called The Visible Agent. It breaks down essentially, from start to finish, how you as a real estate agent can grow your visibility, what to do. And it's not just like, hey, post more, call people. Like, there's math, there's numbers. I mean, from the experience that we've had doing this for such a long time. So it's rooted in reality. So we're going to talk about, the math behind some of this stuff today and give you guys some real value. We're going to just hop right into it. Shauna, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
So would you agree with me if I said real estate is not luck? It's a numbers game.
100%. I mean, it's sales. It's like with anything. The harder you work, the more you do, the luckier you can get, right? But at the end of the day, when you talk about the numbers and everything, we look at it. Look at the industry. Look at the market, right? There's ups and downs, but a lot of the lack of success an agent might be having right now, they're comparing it to what happened in 2020, 2021, even a little bit of 2022. Right? Where people were flocking to them. Mm-hmm. They compare it to, well, everybody said your referral, your network. That should be the icing on the cake, right? The numbers game around it is like, people, if you're going to buy or sell someone's home, they want to know how visible you are, because if you get more exposure, you are going to sell my home faster and probably higher.
Right.
So yeah, you have to break it down to a math problem.
Gotcha. Well, so then for this, let's talk about some visibility math, right? Mm-hmm. So you're an agent and you're not getting the traffic, the leads, the heat that you want online, and you need to do something. We know that adding 5,000 word posts of new content every month, doesn't have to be blogs, but blogs are a great way to do it, right? If you add 5,000 words of website content, that is going to bring about more people over time. So can you give me the highs and lows of that, just the meat of it?
The 5,000 words comes from a lot of, over a decade of experience tracking clients, right? And we don't want people to think like, oh my God, 5,000 words, daunting, I have to do this long post. No, that is 5,000 words in total over the course of the month. But if you consistently do that, month over month, you will gain more visibility. What does visibility do? Creates opportunity, right? Opportunity can create that lead, right? Does that mean that everybody's going to be ready to buy right now or sell right now? No. And I think that's where agents kind of get let down, and they let themselves down. They have this expectation that, oh my God, I'm going to go buy that website. I'm going to go buy this social media post. I'm going to go do all that, and it should just start raining deals. Mm-hmm. No, the challenge is like, I always break it down to, not every referral is even a slam dunk.
Right.
Right? And so just because you referred somebody doesn't mean that they have the credit they need, the savings they need, right? But it is a contact to help you. You need to nurture them. And one day they will be ready. They might be ready in a couple months, a couple years. But why would you just push them away? So yes, it's a math problem. 5,000 words. What it's going to do is it's going to create awareness, exposure, all of those things that we're hoping to drive high intent traffic to your website or you, right? Your website should be your main hub. It can filter everything. It can handle multiple calls a day, things like that. You can go and post in Facebook groups. Go join a few of your local Facebook groups, right? Just don't go in and blast, I'm a realtor. Do you have anything to sell? Do you know anybody? Answer questions. Show that you are help. And over time, you can drive them back to your website to maybe get a coupon or a blog post or learn something. We found that a good strategy is one blog post a week.
Yeah, one a week, right?
That's it. There's so much that goes on in your community and the industry and, whether your interests, your hobbies, that you can share with your clients and build that awareness. But you have to remember that a lot of clients go, well, I've been blogging. Well, how often? Well, every couple months. So you get on this train, you start blogging, and then you stop. Your competitor didn't stop. That's the challenge that you're competing against. You're not competing against Google. You're competing for the visibility on Google against the competition. So if you stop, but they keep going, now you're that much further behind. And if you stop, they keep raising the bar. You have to keep raising the bar.
Right. Yeah. So all of that makes perfect sense, and the consistency, that's huge. But to sum this up for you guys, the visibility math formula, right? 5,000 words of content added to your website each month eventually is going to lead to 1,000 more monthly website visitors on average.
And
right?
I want to kind of correct one thing.
Yes.
It's not just the 5,000 on the website of blogs. It's do a blog post a week, right? That's 52 in a year. And then that's added 52 pages. Google's crawling. You're adding relevancy. You are looking like the king, the queen of the area. But some of that 5,000 can be broken into a couple posts on social media a week, right? Not just, hey, we got a new listing, or hey, we sold this. Like, post something of value that could help somebody, right? Post, an article, your blog, but then go share that on social media, because then when they click it, you're driving that traffic back. You have to own your results, but that comes through the process that, if you follow this strategy, we've seen clients within 12 and 18 months that start ranking higher than ever than anybody. And now they're getting, they went from 100 or less than 100 visitors a month to having over 1,000. The difference, if you do that, is look, the average website converts at what, 2-3% maybe? So if you have 100 visitors, they're converting into 2 or 3 leads a month.
Yep.
What, as a real estate agent, if you only got 2 or 3 leads, okay, and then you got the couple referrals here, how are you closing a deal a month, 2 deals a month?
You're not going to.
You're not. And so we're sitting on this strategy of hope, waiting for somebody to come to me. And in reality, it's a math problem.
Right.
Now let's look at the other side, okay? Because I guarantee you, the person that's getting the 2 to 3 visits or leads a month, maybe they get 5. That's 60 over a year. You convert that 2 to 3%, you're probably only closing 3 to 7, and that's a stretch.
Right.
Deals a year.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And that's if you have a perfect conversion rate.
Yeah.
Damn
Once you get it, once you talk to them, you sell them every time.
Let me tell you, nobody has 100%.
Right.
Look at the other agent. The 1,000 visits, they convert 2 to 3%. Now you're looking at what?
20, 30.
20, 30 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Compound that over the 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you add your referrals in there. And then, your networking stuff. Like, you should be putting, 600 to 1,000 leads a year as opposed to 60.
Yes.
Conversion rate on that might be a little lower, but that doesn't matter when you're closing 15 plus deals a year.
Right. Exactly.
It's a math game.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So guys, the Visible Agent, this guide, this breaks this math down for you. Okay. So again, if you aim for 5,000 words of new content on your website, within 12 months, on average, you should see 1,000 plus more visitors.
Yeah.
And let's say you convert, 2 to 3%, 3 to 5%, whatever. That's 30 to 50 leads that you've got that are, not, we don't know if they're great or not, right?
Yeah, not
but
everybody
the
is.
bigger the pool, then you've got your own personal conversion rates. But this is what the guide breaks down. So, obviously we're going to have the link here, but I highly recommend you check out this guide because this is the first thing. The second thing you were talking about is the social media stuff, right? So this is the daily engagement math. It goes.
It still is part of visibility.
It is. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is all works into visibility, but it is as follows, right? Agents, 3 meaningful comments a day times 30 days equals 90 local visibility touch points each month, right? So 3 times a day, if you go into a group, you go, wherever, onto a page, within your friends, whatever, your cousin Steve's, whatever, daughter just graduated from law school. Hey, cool. That kind of stuff, right? Go in, 3 comments every day. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, something of value, something nice. If you do that every single day for 90 days, it's going to compound. Okay. So this is what we're laying out for you. And then that is going to equal what?
I mean, let's just say that you did those 90 posts, right? Or did you say 3 times 90?
90, it's 90 engagements.
Right. And so let's just say
month.
10% of them,
yes,
went to the website. Okay. So now we got nine extra visits.
Yep.
Right. One of them converts, that might be the math, but if you compound that and you continuously doing that is going to create more exposure, more visibility to where more people are going to go.
Exactly.
Right? And I look at it this way. People don't want to cold call clients. It's very hard for a business to consumer to make calls these days.
No,
right? There's a lot of legalities and everything. So, spend 30 minutes every morning, right? Where you go in, you take something from the website, post it on social media. You go in to 2 groups and you answer a question or you ask a question. And 30 minutes, that's all it is. That is your prospecting. That is your pipeline building for the top of the funnel, right? And real estate agents, they're in sales. You need prospects, you need quantity, and then your process should filter them down into a higher quality. Let your system nurture them. And that's another part of it, but those are the things that you can do to use free social media platforms out there.
Yes.
To drive traffic back to you, to create more visibility.
Exactly. And by the way, the cool thing about this daily engagement math stuff is that when something compounds, it doesn't mean in order to get 3x the results, you have to do 3x the post. You can continue doing your 3 engagements a day, but after a while, your return on that is going to keep growing without you having to do more on your side.
It's investing. You're investing time into your business, right?
And
so I can invest, if I invest $100 a month at the age of 18 into the stock market, what would I have at 65 compared to, let me start investing $100 a month at the age of, 40. I'm going to have far less.
Yeah.
And that's that compound effect of doing it now. What will it look like for you in a year, 2 years, 3 years? Like you are going to create this well-oiled machine where you always have somebody coming to you because of the efforts you did up here.
Yep.
But what happens is a lot of agents go, ooh, I've got my business is booming. I'll do something when it slows down.
Yeah,
and they wonder why they're roller coasting. Hey, I was really good, and then I dropped. Business isn't as good as I was because you weren't consistent. You didn't do those same things over and over that got you to that success.
Yes, absolutely. That absolutely makes sense. So, if we were to break, to take this and break it into your weekly strategy, we're looking at 1 blog post, 750 to 1,200 words. That's pretty easy to do, especially if you're focused in a neighborhood. I mean, we've got all these fancy AI tools now that can absolutely help. And then you repurpose that, right? Like you don't have to do your blog and then figure out another idea for what you're going to do on video and figure out another idea
use the blog to do that. Like 1 post could create 10 different pieces of content. I could take 1 sentence to post. I could take a question out of it and post in a group or ask somebody. So you can convert it into a video. And look, if you don't want to write, you don't want to do the work, like there's companies that have concierge service. I mean, we're one of them,
Yeah.
but use somebody to get something for yourself.
Yes, of course. And also, you know, the logistics behind it, the templates and the designs and all that stuff. You know, I just got my design studio, my back end thing all set up, and it's awesome. There's templates in there that are already pre-built. You can load all of your own brand info in there, so it automatically pops up when you create something. So, like, you know, we've got the tools designed to, you know, here's the roadmap. Use these, and then here's all of the pre-designed things that we've taken the work off of your shoulders on the back end to make it easier for you while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's
a lot of the tools we provide are going to help automate things for you. They are going to help you achieve everything we're talking about.
Right.
Okay? But at the end of the day, we're giving you the strategy, whether
giving you the
use us
roadmap
or not.
Yep.
You have to do these things regardless.
Yes.
Now, our system makes it 10 times easier for those things to be achievable.
Yeah.
You know, we have a team of professionals that have been with us for years, some decades, that know how to write content, that know how to update your website, know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you don't want, like, real estate agents, I think they forget that they are the entire business operations for themselves.
Yes.
It's not just help someone find a home, help someone sell a home.
No.
It's, I got to market myself. I got to keep up my website. Now I got to add content to it. And then I got to go post on social media.
Then I got to nurture all these people.
And then I got to follow up. And then I got to call them and then text them. And
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's
right?
a lot.
When do you have the time to now, the whole back end of it, write the contract, manage the transaction, go through all every underwriting, everything that you have to do with everything. We want them to focus on the other part of their job that they are really enjoying and are good at.
Yep.
And, you know, try to take off some of the heavy lifting with helping them create visibility, helping them write content, helping them post on social media. If we can do that with them and then they add a little bit to it, that's just going to double their visibility and double their opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. So we give you this strategy absolutely for free every single time.
Every time.
And it's not just a strategy that we pulled out of our rears. It's based in numbers, right?
Yeah.
So these strategies work. Now, you spoke about follow-up, right? So that's the other thing. You've got your lead capture math, right? You got 1,000 targeted monthly visitors to your website. Let's say 3 to 5% of those turn into leads. So that's 30 to 50 people, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're going to have to continue to add value, continue to you know, what is it? Wine and dine these folks, I suppose, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But you know, does that have to be really, really hard? Do you have to be like spending thousands of dollars on like koozies and gifts and things to send them? So let's talk about the follow-up a little bit. What system is a good nurturing system? How many touch points? When? What kind of things to add value? Let's talk a little bit about that.
I think it depends on the type of lead, whether it's a buyer, seller, you know, post buyer, post seller as well. But it doesn't have to be hard. But to people who don't use the technology, who don't use the things, like, it can be. I can see it. It gets overwhelming. I have to do all these things, and now I got to follow up. They weren't slam dunk. I want to move them out. I only want to work with people that are ready to go. You know, we hear it all the time. I don't want internet leads. I don't want to work with people I don't know. I want people that are ready or pre-qualified. Hey, I'm with you 100%. If I had a way to only send you pre-qualified and I had a way to do everything for you and I had a way to, then we would be talking about that. But the amount of money that would cost to only send pre-qualified is way beyond what somebody has to pay right now. And so we built the system around, you know, some automated follow-up, okay? We get it. Not all leads are ready to act now.
Yeah.
Okay? Not all leads are ready to act in a few months. Some are a few years.
That's part of being an agent, you know?
That's part of being a business owner in general.
Yeah, right. I'm here for you when you're ready, but in the meantime, I'm down to help you in any way I can.
And I think that we miss that human touch and we miss that engagement piece a lot of times where we're just like, I got to sell them, or I got to do this. Me. It becomes selfish. And so you have to provide them, like, use your IDX website as a tool, not the end all be all. And that's where people sometimes are mistaken. They go to their MLS, it's the end all be all, but it doesn't do anything else to your CRM. Like, they got to communicate. And so the follow-up needs to be like within, the first minute of receiving a lead, there needs to be something that goes out. And then, based on if they open it or interact with it, that email or that text, your system should rate the lead. Because would you rather call somebody who's opening your emails or text or somebody who's not? Mm-hmm. Right? Would you rather call somebody who went in and actually saved a search or gave you some feedback, or somebody who hasn't? What conversation is going to be more engaging?
Exactly.
Right? Yep. So those are the things that the system has behavioral tracking in the back end to help you. So your system should definitely have that if it doesn't, whether you go with us or not, right? The follow-up then needs to be meticulous based on those interactions and based on where that lead came from and what stage they are, right?
Yep.
And so a lot of the systems out there don't always do that. They don't look at what's in the CRM, what's saved in the IDX if they hit the website. I have my website set up with our system, and when anybody goes and demos it, like, I'm getting a text message or a push notification right now from the mobile app that says, hey, you should probably call John. He's looking at 123 Appleton.
Right. Okay. And it's explained, like, how to set this kind of stuff up.
Yeah. We have webinars. We have all of those things. But your system should also alert you.
Yes.
Right? Where you're at to do those kinds of things. Hey, go add a lead. You didn't add a lead today. Hey, go do this. You didn't. Go just make one more touch point.
Right.
And so I encourage everybody, ask, is your system smart enough to alert you via watch or anything to help you do that? Because I'm getting alerts right now to call John.
You're literally getting alerts from your website right now.
Right now.
While you're doing a podcast.
Yeah, John's on the website looking at a property.
Love it. Okay, so let's say then we have generated 60 to 70 new CRM entries, new leads, right? So these people, I'm doing my blog content. I got my 1,000, extra visitors a month, going through that whole thing. And, like, that's breaking down to, like, every month I'm adding 60 to 70 new people into my CRM. Then it says to achieve a 20 to 30% engagement rate with strategic nurturing. This is what we're talking about, guys. Opens, clicks, replies, right? So 20 to 30% kind of on average is what, you're going to see people engaging. And then only 1 to 2% of that is going to leads are going to signal, like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready for you to, I'm ripe, if you will, right? So this is the math. It's all broken down in the guide. And then the tools, you can get them anywhere, but we provide the tools for you to nurture. So if you're ever sitting on a podcast and you look at your Apple Watch, you're getting these pings that people are on your website or they're engaging with your content. So that's broken down. But the follow-up strategy, once they're ripe and they're ready, then what?
Now, when you consider ripe and ready, like, are they a 3-star out of 0, or
like this is the 1 to 2% out of those 1,000 that are, like, serious about listing their home, but
pick up the phone and call them?
Well, right. But
like, this is where the agent comes in and has to do their job now, right? Pick up the phone, call them, get them into the contract, whatever you need to do. But they might not go that direction. So you still want to nurture and follow up.
Yeah, I see here you should be aiming for 10 to 15 meaningful conversations monthly, converting into 1 to 2 signed clients. Not 10 to 15 meaningful conversations with each person, but like out of that pool.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you want to make sure I've got these, 1 to 2% of people and they're ready to go. Yeah. Like 60 people, they're ready to go.
That's where we look at the funnel, right? So it's like you've got the you got the eyes. There's people out there everywhere, billions of people. And then what's the next step we want? You got to kind of write your funnel down what the next step is. Like, okay, now I want them to convert as traffic to my site.
Yep.
Now my next goal, convert into a lead. And so it's narrowing them down. Well, I want all of them. Yes, I know you want all of them. You're not going to get all of them. We have to push, like, in sales, in real estate, 98% of what we do is a no. right? It's a no.
Yeah. In fact,
So-
I'll do you one better. 98% of what we try in life is usually a
Is a
no.
no.
You just got to keep going.
Right? And so, like, find the win. So you got your sales funnel. We went eyeballs. We went traffic. We went leads. Now you got to call them and everything. They become prospects, right? A lead becomes a product. All a lead is contact info.
Right.
Your job is to now engage with them to become that prospect, to then become a client. But I didn't say paying client. I didn't say closed client.
Yep.
Right? Then you have to like work their way down, do everything to show them properties, find the best thing for them, sell their home, and go into that staging mode before they're like a sold client or a lost client.
Right.
Right? And so it's, the pipeline stages that you have to really identify. And so when we talk about having 10 to 15 meaningful conversations, they're in that prospect stage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, I guarantee you I can have the same 60 to 100 leads to 3 different agents, and they're all going to get a different outcome.
Yeah.
Because
Totally.
one, it depends on your experience, your skills and ability, your tonality and everything, right? It's, how much charisma do you have? What personality you have? What are you doing to engage? Where's your tonality?
Yeah, and there's no wrong personality. Like
No.
we're not saying that. We're just saying that there's every
It's
agent
catering
has
to your audience.
yes, exactly.
Right?
Like their tribe. Like this
Yeah.
person
You're not going to sell everybody. I think we last month or something you did one where it's like your audience would be like the band and
Yeah.
type of people.
Yeah.
You're not going to go after the stockbrokers or anything.
Probably
right?
not. No.
So it's like understanding there's enough business out there. You have to find your ideal client that you relate to.
Yes.
That's the audience we want to go after with you.
Right. Right. Exactly. And that makes absolute sense. So all of this stuff, after this podcast, any agent that watches this, you now know exactly, what's the math behind what do I need to do on my website in order to pull in a certain amount of leads? Mm-hmm. And then what do I need to do to those leads in order to convert those into, ripe prospects? And then how do I follow up? How many touch points? 10 to 15 meaningful conversations. This is all listed out. It's a formula, and we've laid it out this way for a reason because it works if you're consistent and you do it. Mm-hmm. And it's all available in the Visible Agent, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So this is this is the kind of stuff that if you do this consistently, it's going to become muscle memory. It's going to get easier and easier to do.
Yeah.
Your conversations are going to get easier and easier to have. And it's just going to attract more.
You're just kind of creating this well-oiled machine in a sense.
Yeah. It's like a magnet.
People in, flow out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the best way that I kind of look at it is think about your broker's website. They've mastered the visibility. They've mastered the traffic because they are using you and all the other agents that are with them to give them pages. And the more pages they add, the more the ranking goes. They're using you to generate more traffic because they know that if 2 or 3% of that traffic converts on them, they're winning, whether they go with you as an agent or one of their other agents. That's all they care about, is that them as a brokerage is winning, right? And so that's where we come in and like, you can play in this game, but you have to be doing the things that others are doing and the competition is doing. And that's where all the math and the formulas break down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you do this stuff consistently, you will see, 12 to 15 extra deals per year. If you're consistent.
If you're consistent, and I'm not going to say like the first year you would see that, right?
Right. These are averages, okay? Yeah.
Right?
These are averages.
But yeah, you can compound that up to it, right? But the challenge is we as humans get bored of doing the same thing over and over. So what do we do? Oh, this isn't working right now. Let's do this.
Try
Let's
something
pivot.
different.
And so everybody keeps course correct. How do you know what's working and what's not? I'll tell you what's not working. You keep course correcting and jumping, and not being with a company or having a system that helps you follow this strategy.
And also, we know what's working because over the past,
15, 14. I
We've
mean,
been-
the company 14 years alone,
Right.
but the experience that all of us have behind the scenes,
Yes.
we've
measured it.
20, 25 years, and we've been measuring it. And
Yeah.
we've invested millions of dollars and lost millions of dollars to figure out what works, what doesn't.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
the partners we have add just even more insight.
Yeah. So a way to say it is that the sweat equity and the burned money and the mistakes and the failures of Agent Elite as a company has created an absolute gold standard of what to do, what not to do, how many times to do
why
it,
to do it.
why to do it,
Yeah.
why
Absolutely.
it may not be working. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, through all of that.
Please use our 10,000 hours of learning and education to help you have more success.
Exactly. And then, like, when I go back and look at the stuff I was doing like 10 years ago, it's like cringy.
Yeah.
It's cringy, right?
Well, marketing alone has evolved in the last 10 years.
It has.
I was
100%.
explaining to, I think, our kids, we're older than Google, right? We get to say that.
Yeah,
like, they don't get to say that. Like, just think about it. Marketing then, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have all that. It was a little bit easier to rely on word of mouth.
Yeah.
The yellow pages are gone.
Getting a good
the
magazine,
flip phones are gone. Social media
billboard.
became a thing, right? And that changed the marketing arena, right? Now we're in this AI era, and that is changing. So if you're not on ChatGPT, if you're not on Facebook, if you're not on Google, you are invisible.
No matter how many people love you, no matter how many family members refer you, it's not going to hold up over time.
No.
Because even your family members are getting inundated with your
with
competition. And your competition just might have something really hooky that they I just gotta try this, you know? So that's the real deal, guys. So look, if you want to close 12 to 15 more deals on average annually, get the Visible Agent, download it. You can find it in the link of the description of this podcast. You can go to agentelite.com/visible. This is going to list out all of this stuff. How much content, when to post it, how to post it, how to follow up with your leads, funnel strategies, things like that. And I guarantee you, if it's not in the guide, you're going to get, if you just visit the website, you're going to get plenty of free value.
Yeah.
Free value.
We keep posting blogs, giving more and more, building upon it.
Yep.
Right? So don't just download the guide. I want you to not just consume it. I want you to understand it, and I want you to use it.
Yep.
Use it as a playbook to map out what your next 90 days looks like.
Yeah.
And then the 90 days after that. If you aren't doing that as a business owner, as a realtor, like, that's where your business is failing.
Yeah,
You
for
have
sure.
to keep planning for the future, not just for what's right now, and be in survival mode.
Absolutely. And if you're doing something that's working and you're seeing good returns on that, we want to know what that is, right? So, hey, if you're like, hey, this is what's worked for me, comment that. Like, let us know. We're a community of agents all across North America.
Why didn't it work?
Yeah.
Your fellow agents, help them too.
Yeah, help.
You never know who you could help that could refer you someone later.
Exactly. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, listen, if you liked the show, comment, share, let us know, what kind of stuff you need. What do you need help with? What are you struggling with? That's why we're here. Otherwise, pick up the phone, call us at Agent Elite, check us out online, check out our social media, the Elite Zone podcast. All of this stuff is here for you. We are here as resources for you. So don't forget that. And until we see you guys next time, you got any final parting words for these guys?
Pick one thing and commit to it.
One thing, commit to it every day. We'll see you guys next time.